Hey guys, welcome back. Today is Wednesday, December 16th, and it's only 2 days until episode 7. Oh my goodness. It premiered in Hollywood Monday night, premiered in London, I think, last night, and so far the reviews are fairly positive. It's got a 94% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes and a 91% rating on IMDb. We'll see how that is, how that goes as the days go on. But anyway, I just did a very, very rough version of a Star Wars hairstyle. It's one from episode 5, Cloud City Leia. I don't know if you can see it or not. Probably not very good, but it's like a bun with the looped braids hanging down. Anyway, it's the best I could do. And of course, my Star Wars saga countdown continues with the original Empire Strikes Back. This is the 1995 VHS tape, and I was surprised how good it looked. I mean, except for the compositing and the stop motion tauntauns, all the effects still hold up today. It's amazing. The major difference I noticed between this one and the special edition is it has less dialogue, but more shots. So actually, I think I like the original version of The Empire Strikes Back more than the special edition because, I don't know, I like shots from different angles, as many shots as possible. And I don't know, it's not that I don't like the special edition of Empire Strikes Back, but it was really neat seeing the original version of Empire Strikes Back for the first time in something like 15 years. So that was fun. Empire Strikes Back, of course, is the continuation of A New Hope, and in it, it's set 3 years after New Hope, and Han, Luke, and Leia are all good friends by now, although Han and Leia continuously rub each other the wrong way, and they're always bickering and arguing, but of course they like each other, and Leia won't admit it. And Luke is sort of caught in the middle. You know, they're on the ice planet Hoth. Empire discovers them, they make a run for it, and they get separated. Luke goes off to Dagobah to train with Master Yoda, as instructed by the ghost of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Han and Leia get chased by the Imperials, go through an asteroid field, and finally end up at Cloud City, where they meet up with Han's old friend Lando Calrissian, who ends up betraying them to the Empire. Han gets frozen in carbonite, and of course you guys know the rest. It's the vision that Han and Leia are in danger, and the revelation that Luke is Darth Vader's son. The shock heard around the world. Everybody's like, oh, are you serious? When I showed one of my friends Empire Strikes Back for the first time, he was kind of turned to me and asking, is Darth Vader lying? Is he really Luke's dad? And I just grinned and said, haha, you're going to have to wait until episode 6. So that revelation still has the impact that it had 35 years ago. So, woohoo! Fun stuff. My absolute favorite character in Empire Strikes Back is probably a toss-up between Luke, my all-time favorite character, and Yoda. Yoda is awesome. He may be a puppet, but he sure can act, and Frank Oz's voice is excellent. Yoda is incredibly cool. He's the most awesome puppet in movie history, and he's got these little nuggets of wisdom, like, do or do not, there is no try, and all that good stuff. The funniest moment in episode 5, it's hard to say because there's so many of them. Just basically the banter between Han and Leia is hilarious. Like, you know, she falls into his arms and says, let go, please. And he's like, don't get excited. Captain, being held by you isn't quite enough to get me excited. I'm sorry, sweetheart. We don't have time for anything else. And she's like, that's great. And of course the stuck-up, scruffy-looking nerf herder and Han's, Ooh, scruffy looking. The saddest moment in episode 5? I don't know. Han getting frozen in carbonite never had that much of an emotional impact for me. What was always emotional for me was seeing all the junk that Luke went through. I mean, he gets attacked by a wampa, almost freezes to death, has to hang in a bacta tank in nothing but his underwear, gets kissed by his sister, of course they don't know it at the time, so I'll give him a pass for that, crashes his snowspeeder, loses one of his friends in that battle, crash lands on Dagobah, runs right into a trap that Darth Vader set, loses his hand, finds out Darth Vader is his father, and then finds out his best friend is frozen in carbonite. That poor guy goes through Mustafar in this movie. Even though I know how it turns out, I still feel so bad for Luke, because he's always been one of my favorite characters, and I always empathize with him. He's just, I just want to give him a hug. The best overall moment in Empire Strikes Back is a toss-up between the duel between Luke and Darth Vader, or the chase in the asteroid field. The chase in the asteroid field is still one of the most exciting sequences I've ever seen in a Star Wars movie. With as close as those asteroids get to the Falcon, I always think it's going to get hit. Every single time! How many movies after 30 years can you say you still worry whether the characters are going to come through it or not? And of course the duel between Luke and Vader is really awesome. The best acting in episode 5... I don't know, everyone did a really, really good job. Irvin Kershner knew how to get the best performances out of every single actor. But I think the one that really, really shines as the most believable in this one is Mark Hamill. I honestly think Empire Strikes Back is some of his best work ever. And anybody who thinks otherwise is ill-informed. Mark Hamill rocks. Best new track of music for episode 5, Yoda's theme. And of course Han Solo and the Princess. It's kind of even between those, and yeah, the asteroid field. Okay, fine. The whole soundtrack of Empire Strikes Back is insanely cool. But the asteroid field chase, Han Solo and the Princess, and Yoda's theme are my top 3 favorite ones. Of course, everyone knows the Imperial March, but I'm not really somebody who roots for the bad guys. I mean, it's iconic, but what are you gonna do? Best one-liner, I don't know. Han had the best lines in the movie. Like I said, the banter between him and Leia is awesome. I don't know about the best one-liner, but it probably had to have been Leia saying, "Would it help if I got out and pushed?" Plot holes, there weren't a whole lot in episode 5. I mean, I guess I don't really think about them since I've known the story for so long. But it's nothing that doesn't get wrapped up in episode 6. There were a few things I didn't like in Empire. Mostly when I was little, when Luke lost his hand. That was so scary for me until I was something like 9 years old. I couldn't look. To this day, I cringe because it's like, ooh, poor Luke. But other than that, and the somewhat dated effects, I don't think there's much of anything I don't like about Empire, because I know it's a fan favorite and I'm kind of reluctant to jump on the bandwagon, but I honestly think it's the best directed, best shot, and best acted movie quite possibly of all time, definitely of the Star Wars saga so far. My score for Empire Strikes Back is acting 8 out of 10, very good. Action 9 out of 10, second best in the entire series. Music 10 out of 10, the soundtrack could not possibly be any more perfect. And story 10 out of 10, again, excellent. Continuing the coming of age theme and, you know, learning to deal with the darkness that lives within all of us, and there's a choice you can make. You can either choose to be good or choose to be bad. Anyway, that is my review for The Empire Strikes Back. Tomorrow night is the last night of my original Star Wars Saga marathon. I'm going to be watching the original version of Return of the Jedi. I hope my niece likes the Ewoks as much as I did. And the day after tomorrow, oh my gosh, Force Awakens is going to be here. I can't think about it too much or I will literally go crazy with excitement. But anyway, that's all for today. Until Until next time, this is the Clumsy Jedi signing off. Good night, guys, and may the Force be with you.
So let's go to the movie. Buns, cause it's like extra butter.
Join the dark side.
May the Force be with you.